So we had to double up. We had to play a little more than we wanted to sometimes, but it's interesting. I stole that from Chet. I heard Chet playing this tune, and I kept hearing one string going up, one going down. I said, "Wow, how's he doing that?" And one was a bass string, and the one was a little. I can figure out, how's he doing that?
Can you tell us about some of those players that like inspired you when you were first starting out, young and learning guitar? Some people you were listening to?
Yeah, I guess my first players well, I love Chet. Chet was my hero. Les Paul, and guys like Billy Bird played with Ernest Tubb, and of course Merle Travis. And I love that thing. Merle Travis is a great player. Merle and I sat down and played together, and Jimmy Wakely, my good friend Jimmy Wakely, cowboy. He was a Western cowboy. And, he came out to California with Gene Autry, worked with Gene, and then went out on his own, doing his own movies. A great singer. He could sing like Bing Crosby. I mean, the guy had a great voice. Anyway, he was like my father. I mean, we just hung out every day. And I played on a lot of his records, and he produced a lot of records. And so anyway, Merle Travis came over to his house one day, and I stopped by, and Merle was there, and we sat down on the couch and played acoustic guitars for about 3 hours. We just had a great time, and it was incredible. This guy was so smooth and fast, and he played all that fast finger picking stuff. You know, just great. The rhythm and the lead and everything all at once. You know, yeah. Chet took the Merle Travis style and really, you know, he did it, man. He just progressed with the most incredible.
I noticed with a lot of your playing, like just some of your solos, like with Chet and Merle, they always have that alternating bass line that going on all the time. And what I kind of like about you playing is that this dead thumb thing going on all the time. It's that singing. Yeah.
I got into playing that style when I was learning, when I was getting into it, and but I realized there's only one Chet, there's one Les Paul, there's one Merle Travis, and I've got to go a different route. So, but the Suzuki thing, I kind of took the country flavor with the blues. For solo. I was 14 years old when I wrote that little guitar lick, and I was playing on Louisiana Hayride in my hometown, Shreveport, in the staff band, and our piano player was Floyd Kramer, and the steel guitar player Jimmy Day. Wow! And man, what a band! And I was 14 years old. And, wow, this is too.
And Hayride, that was a local band for like a radio station, or
yeah, that was every Saturday night. It was actually KWKH radio station, and it went all over Texas, all over, and all these great singers, from George Jones and Johnny Horton.
Wow. So what got you to leave home from playing the Hayride? Like, what pulled you out?
Well, I was working with a guy, when I left Dale Hawkins, I was working with a guy named Bob Lumen. And Bob, we played on the Hayride, and we would Horace Logan was the MC, one of the MCs, and he was managing Bob. But we never played the Hayride at the same time. Elvis, when Elvis would come and play, he would send us on tour. So when Elvis would go on tour, we'd come back and play the Hayride. And it was, you know, we never got to meet Elvis during that time, but DJ Fontana I knew, because we had played together. And so anyway, working with Bob Luman, we played on the Hayride, and then we went to California. We did our first movie. I was 16 when we did the first movie, Carnival Rock, and a pretty interesting movie. David Houston, a great singer from Bossier City, Louisiana, he was in the movie. And so we did that little movie, and then I met Ricky when we were in California playing shows for a town hall party. As a matter of fact, I was watching this thing of Merle Haggard last night on TV, and I saw Johnny Bond standing back there. But Johnny Bond, it was Joe Mavis and Rosalie, Joe and Rosalie Mavis, and Merle Travis. Merle Travis was on the show. Johnny Bond, a guy named Billy Mize played steel guitar, and also Cliff Crawford. He wrote a song, Old Rivers. Walter Brenner recorded Old Rivers, great song, and that was a big hit. And but anyway, that's when I met Ricky, and then I joined him very shortly. I was 16 years old when I went to work with him. Worked with him for about 8.5, 9 years, something like that. And then Johnny Cash called me to do a TV show, and Ricky said, "No, I don't want you to do it." So I said, "Well, wait a minute. We're not working. We're not doing anything. I want to go out and play." So anyway, I called Rick's manager, Marty Pollard, here, and he worked it out. He called Ozzy and Ricky and got it worked out. I went and did this TV show. I was playing slide dobro for Johnny, and it was Shindig. We did the very first show, the pilot for Shindig, and after the Jack Good was he was the producer of the show, and he said, "Hey, I want you." He was a big fan. He loved all the guitar solos I played on Ricky's records, and he said, "I want you to be on the show every week." I said, "Well, gee, what do we do, Jack?" He said, "Well, we'll put this band together." And so we put the band together. Delaney Bramlett playing bass and singing, and Joey Cooper, and then Glenn Harden playing piano, and we had this drummer that came out from Oklahoma with Leon Russell, Chuck Blackwell, and he played the drums, and me on guitar. So I said, "Well, what do we call this band?" He said, "You'll be the Shin Dogs." We were the Shin Dogs, and we did 90% of the recording of the whole show with everybody.
Wow.
And I even played with Howlin' Wolf on that show. Yeah.
Wow.
So when the Rolling Stones came, Keith Richards said, "We want to do the show, but do us a favor." And Jack said, "Sure." He said, "We want to bring this singer." And they brought Howlin' Wolf. So I played guitar, Delaney played bass, and it was great.
Incredible.
So we played behind everybody, Jerry Lee Lewis and Glenn Campbell, everybody, Tina Turner. It was a good show. It was a #1 for that year. It was only on for a year, but it was #1.
And so you were able to leave Ricky's band to go do that for a while?
Yeah, actually, I never had a chance to play with Ricky again after that. I got very busy in the studios, and I didn't know there was that much work out there. I was doing 5, 6 sessions a day, 7 days a week. No time off, and working with all my favorites. All these guys, Howard Roberts, Barney Kessel, and it's amazing. Doing one record, jingles, movie scores, everything, TV.
Wow.
It was nonstop. I mean, just incredible. Johnny Rivers, all these guys have played in all these different records, just amazing.
So I'm wondering, some of the students might have some questions themselves, and so
do they need a mic?
I think probably here. We go. Sure.
I'd like for you to talk about the James